Alrighty, so I've given the game a few seconds to kind of load up all of its textures and everything. And so you might notice the bridge here, and you might notice that I'm standing on something sticking out of the bridge. So yeah, here we go. I have built another wedge. Wedge, I think the first wedge that I made was in Chapter 1. It's a gunship. It's basically what it's there for. What I do need to do is make some Tier 3 ammo for it, though. I don't think I have any. And in order to get the magnesium for it, I might actually have to disassemble some of the existing ammo that I have. So, I wonder why this isn't, like, moving somewhere else, you know? Anyways, ammo, how much do we have? We have 1,065. Okay, if we wanted to make Mark III ammo, we need magnesium powder, 2 magnesium powder per thing, so it's quite a lot. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go into our assembler. We're going to ask it to learn the recipe. And then once we have that, we go into here, we clear all of this stuff out, and then we queue up 100 of those. And then if I did this right, this will change. Okay, it is now learning. Good. And then once it's learned it, it'll go back to normal. Okay. And then it'll queue up all the things that we need. But what that does is it allows me to go into my auto crafting LCD, go into the text, and then look for that in here somewhere. So here we go. So we have Tier 3 ammo here. We're going to set this up to like 200, I think. We're going to hit OK. And then once we have that, and it registers, it should start putting this in there. And we start getting Tier 3 ammo. All right. And the reason why we need the Tier 3 ammo is because the Tier 3 turrets need Tier 3 ammo. I think that makes sense, right? Can I pick up that one? No? Okay, so 40 is pretty much the max that I can carry. Now, 40 might actually be enough to take out those bases up there, but I'm going to get 80 in there at least. And then all I need to do is just throw it into the this thing. And then that should divide everything. Why do you have iron in here? That's just weird. Okay. So we're going to put you in here. Sir. It's just weird. Okay, I thought that something was coming in, but I guess not. Okay. So another thing that I can do is switch this lock. And I need that so I can get rid of this block. Okay, so once again, why do you have iron? This makes no sense. Did it pick up iron? Oh, you know what? I think it did pick up iron. So what happened was a lot of the iron had backed up into here. And so like when I first grabbed it to take off, I expected it would be empty. So like really, really light and easy to move. Not the case. So yeah, so I just changed the connector on the bottom to have it throw out stuff. And so it just kind of spit out all of the iron, and I think the wedge picked up a pretty good portion of it. And then that is, okay. So if I just want to show, actually I think that's probably all that's in there. Okay, so we have so much iron, like I don't even know what to do with it. So we could make like probably, well, maybe not that particular ship, because it requires, you know, the advanced parts, but we could make like a normal ship or just like pump out a ton of drones and just kind of like, I don't know, do something with them. Ammo, and we need the tier 3 stuff again. Okay, so it did make all of it. Okay, so these 80 rounds of ammo should be more than enough to take out both of those. I'm not sure quite what I want to do with those once I have them moved, or once I have them taken over. I think I do want to move them. And then Wedge. In our Wedge, top turret has 15, Wedge container 3, Wedge container 1. Why is that one locked? That's weird. Okay, so that just has one turret. Should have multiple turrets. And it does have multiple turrets, but they're not showing up. Okay, so that is on there, right? Right. So if we delete this block, wait, hold on, save before you do anything crazy. Okay. Now, if everything goes well, nothing should happen. Okay, good. But sometimes not everything goes well, so you have to be careful sometimes. One thing I can do here, potentially, maybe, is let's see, how would I want to do this? Okay, hold on. If we go like, not like this, but like that. So that corner there should not grab onto there, which means that once this is disconnected, we should still be able to move it. At least I think that's how this is going to work. All right. So let's go into here, and then I want to make sure that the info shows that this is a ship. Good. Earth-like wedge? Question mark? Sure. So that is what we will call this. And 422 blocks, that sounds about right. Good. Okay, so now the next thing that we need to do is to get hydrogen in here. And that's going to be interesting. So we're going to have to go under here. Now this thing, I believe, is done. Yeah, green means it's done, right? Pretty sure. Okay. And then I am... Ooh. That could be... So I did this vertically, which means that it's not actually connected to this block here. So if I get rid of this one, then that falls off, and the ship falls off with it because it has no hydrogen. Okay. So what we do here is we get... actually, let's go into the 6 menu and get our little quarter piece. Actually, you know what? We're going to go and do this a little differently. So if I go into the large blocks here, and I grab this half panel, and then this half panel goes here and here, that will hold that, which means that I can now replace these. And then we're going to be going under here. I think that'll work. Yes. Okay. So once again, save in case you're doing anything crazy. Because if for whatever reason this thing doesn't actually hold in place, then the whole thing drops. But it should. It should. Please work. Okay, good. All right, and then I'm gonna need interior plates. Interior, we'll just grab a few. Okay, so now we can put armored conveyor, this guy there. Okay, that's the corner T-section. I need the straight. Is that on there right? It's hard to see. I believe it is. Okay, and then with that on there, we can now go balls to the wall with this stuff. Oh, and if you look at this from the side, I did make some cool little supports under here. So that way it looks a little, you know, it's just kind of like a curvy looking thing. Yeah. So let's get this the rest of the way in here. Then we're gonna have to go under the door and probably shoot over to there. Let's see, this is what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Okay. So this is a shorter distance going this way, so we are gonna go here. I think this is gonna, yeah, vent everything in there, which is unfortunate, but you know what? Shit happens sometimes. And then we'll get rid of this block. Okay. And now we need that curved piece. Okay, so that goes there. Oh, no, that's the corner. I don't want the corner. Go away, corner, 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 no. Sorry. Curve, not corner. Corner is a 3-way corner, whereas curve is a 2-way. Okay, so that's what we want. And then we'll go back down over here to the straight. Have that go this way, and then that needs to come out of here. So that way it can join up with that there. Okay, so that's that. And then we need to get these 2 blocks out. And then throw in this guy here and there. And then we should have connections going all the way through here. And then another thing that I can do to kind of spiff this up a little bit, I suppose, is we'll put these on here to make it look a little bit more solid, I guess. So something like that. And then I could put like a 2x1 tip there if I really wanted to, but I don't really care that much. So we'll just leave it like this. I could put in some railing if I wanted to. Might look good. Do I have components? I have components. I don't have that many components, but I have components. All right, so we have hydrogen, so that's good. That means that this is connected. Good. All right, so now I need... Okay, so this is already set up. Looks like I've got broken batteries though, so that's not good. Okay, so if we do this, so we just put that onto stockpile, so it's gonna pull in all of the hydrogen that it can. And I need to figure out what is going on with the batteries. And what they need. Why did, what? Why am I moving? Why am I moving? Okay, go up on top of the thing. On top of, why you know? Is it because of this? Do I need to like use this just to get up? Maybe? Okay, so this needs tier 3 power cells. Okay. What do tier 3 power cells need? Tier 3 power cells need silver. We should be able to handle that. So I'm gonna we're gonna tell the assembler to learn again, if you don't mind. And then we're gonna go into here, and then we're gonna make a couple hundred of these. And then it's learning. Good. Okay, so it has learned, and now we go into the auto crafting. And we're gonna edit this, and then we look for the tier 3 power cells. So that'll be these guys here. So we're gonna have that go up to 200. Actually, we have 250 for the tier 2 power cells, so we'll keep it like that. We'll hit OK, go into here, and then it should start making power cells. Good. And then this will go in to make the batteries. How are we doing? And then they will have enough charge to hopefully get me off the planet. I have a bathroom here if I want to, or I could just, take a nap. Charge myself a little bit, maybe. I don't think this has a survival kit, though. fact, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. All right. Did you pick up anything else? No? Okay, good. And we're just venting all kinds of stuff, but that's fine. Okay, so let's drop off all of the goodies here, because I don't need them. Okay. Let's see how the hydrogen is going. We should be at about 19%. How are we doing on ice? That might be something that I need to check. We don't have enough. We are out of ice. Okay. So, looks like we have to go on another ice run, which, easy enough. I can take my little mini miner, go out, get it. And then this actually gets a pretty decent amount of ice. So this still has cargo, though. Why you have cargo? Because apparently the system has decided to drop a bunch of stuff in here. Okay. That is easy enough to fix. All right. So we are floating, right? So what we do here is we go into our connector and we tell it to throw out and collect all at the same time. And then you'll notice that my cargo is slowly being emptied. And that's because it's dropping all of it right into there. So if you ever make like a collector system, I mean, you could, if you have bottom facing connectors, you could easily do something like this and just drop off all the stuff that you pick up. And it would be really fast. You wouldn't have to like connect and reconnect or disconnect and all that other fun stuff. So yeah, I mean, it's easy. I mean, they probably put it there for that reason. So why not use it, right? And then when you're done, you just turn that off and then you're good to go. And now all I need to do is fly this way over to where I was getting, so over by the silver boulder over here. I already pulled all the silver out of that boulder, so now it's just kind of like there's a landmark because that's where I'm pulling, you know, my ice. And then all I need to do, so you can see that I already pulled all the ice out of that section there, and I started pulling out of this section here. So all I need to do is turn that on, figure out where I am and where I need to go. So then we just go in here like that, and it should line up relatively closely to that. And then we just turn this on and we wait. And the battery should last long enough. And actually we're gonna move over a little bit, drop it down just a little bit. Not that I need to drop it down, but you know, just because. What's going on? Mr. Drill System, are you collecting? Oh, you have ice turned off. We will enable that again. Oh, I went for a cobalt run, that's why. Okay. So, okay. So that'll be fine, and now we should be picking up ice. Good. And then, I mean, I can sit and float here for about an hour. I know it says 2 hours, but that's because I'm not loaded right now, but I can sit here for about an hour just like mining, and it's not even going to take that long to fill up everything, so works out pretty well. And the drink of the evening is Gatorade Glacier Freeze. It's an interesting taste. I don't know if it tastes like a glacier, but, you know, I suppose if a glacier had a taste other than ice or frozen water, that might be what it tastes like. I have no idea. But yeah, so you can see on the little silver boulder right there how it's got all those holes in there. And that's because that's just kind of like the limit of how this thing pulls everything out. everything that's left on there, that little cap that you see, is stone. And I didn't want the stone, so I didn't grab the stone. Alright, how we doing on ice? We're at 13K, about 15K, 16K, somewhere in there. And then it was suggested that I put some hydrogen storage on the bridge base, so I can quickly fill things up if needed. So generally speaking, yes, that's a good idea. The reason why I'm not going to do that, though, is because the entire purpose of this bridge is to connect the hydro base and crane to the main base, which is on the other side of the mountain. You know, once you follow the road around. So that's the entire purpose of this base. Like, this wasn't meant to be like an actual base that I stick at or stay at for a while. The only reason why it has become that is because I have to stay here in order to build the bridge, and building the bridge takes a lot of time. So that's the reasoning for that, and so I am purposely making things more difficult on myself to have to go and mine the ice in order to fill the tanks. I understand that. Yes, I am making things more difficult. I totally get it. It's on purpose. But I mean, I don't know. It makes things more interesting because you need to use like more ships, like more different types of ships. So I mean, I've got my expedition for cleaning up wreckage. I've got this ship for doing small mining. I can use my expedition for larger mining if I really, really need to, or if I need to dig really, really deep. But I mean, generally the stuff that I grab is just on the surface anyways. So mostly like just this craters and stuff. But the thing about the craters though is if I ever find like a pure ore crater, which I found actually 3 of so far, and one of them was a pure uranium crater, which was amazing. This little ship I don't think would be able to pull all of that ore out of there. So that's why I have the expedition hooked up with the mining things. That way I can more quickly pull all of the, the useful ores out of the craters. Well, the precious ores anyways, the iron, nickel, silicon, magnesium, potassium, whatever. I'm not collecting those because why, Magnesium, maybe I could understand that one for ammo and stuff, but I mean, I don't need it right now. But things like ice, platinum, uranium, gold, those kinds of things I do need. And so if you want to collect a lot of those things very, very quickly, along with, especially like another thing that I use the expedition for is that there's a lot of wreckage and scrap metal, and you don't necessarily see scrap metal when you're flying over it. So as I'm going through and checking all the craters for, like precious, materials or whatever, it's also picking up like 30,000 scrap metal at the same time. And once again, this little ship right here could not carry that much. And I think we're actually good on ice. We all the way full? 42K plus another, 13K? So that's 55K? That's not bad. So that is about the limit of what this ship can carry. As you can see, we haven't started dipping down at all, so we are, still capable of carrying this weight, but we are getting close to the edge of what this little ship can handle. So we'll turn that off, and we'll turn the driller off. All right, and now we just need to fly back, drop off the ice. Yeah, we still have a decent amount of lift here, so yeah. So fully loaded with ice, this thing still flies pretty well. Now, of course, the expedition, if I were to take that out, could carry a ton more ice. But it also makes bigger holes. So, I don't know. I kind of like having this little guy because it gives me, I don't know, I think generally speaking, I like small grid ships just because, I don't know, they look more detailed, I suppose, than large grid ones, unless you get like into the super huge large grid ships. And I suppose I should probably keep this relatively even. But yeah, I mean, small grid ships, you can make them small and they still have a decent amount of character to them. So I don't know. I prefer small grid ships. Personal preference. I'm sure some people probably think something else, which is completely fine. They're allowed to. But this is just my own personal preference. What is that? Oh, that's the drill. It's kicking out stone again. And of course, it's throwing it into the ships, which is dumb, but okay. Alright, and then we'll lock it down, throw that off, put this on recharge. And so there you go. Full low device, only use 13%. 13% power, so good to go. I'm going to turn this guy off because reasons, I suppose. What do we have here? Yeah, so it's like we're just like trying to find places to put all of this iron, which is kind of ridiculous. When they could all just go in here, like why aren't they just going in there? It makes no sense. Okay. So what I can do, I suppose, is put all of the iron in here. Okay, and then these are the small ones that I made. Sorter iron out. Okay, that's also over there. Small cargo container 6 does not need to have this in here, so we'll throw that there. Pull out all of the silicon, because that doesn't need to be in there either. Okay. Connector 13 does not need to have all of this iron in there. So I don't know why it's not pushing it into the appropriate containers. I'm gonna see what's going on here. So what is this one? Inventory manager. There's no valid conveyor path? What? Cargo 3, nickel, ores, iron. Okay, so it's getting confused, I think. So what it's talking about is in here. And so it is trying to put stuff into the nickel, which is what these are, right? So it's trying to push into here. And it's saying that there is no valid conveyor path. So that would mean that this somehow is not connected through here. But I know that I pulled things in here. So if I look for nickel, right? And let's say that I'm looking... Okay, so that's stuff that I moved there before. Assembler tier 4. Okay, so let's just take this nickel here. So it's saying that it can't go in there. Even though obviously it can, because I just did it. I don't know. It's being weird. Don't know what to say. How are we doing with our health and everything? We do need some water. No, we just took a drink. Okay, so we're good there. We need food, though. Food would be good to have. Okay. And then with all of that ice, we should be able to fill up the hydrogen tanks. Okay, so that's filling up right away, which is good, which is what it's supposed to do. So I think that little glitch bug thing, whatever, might have resolved itself. I'm not sure, though. And the one that I'm talking about is like where you would walk into the room and it's a vacuum, even though it shows that it's, you know, fully pressurized. Okay, so we'll grab the food, and then we'll make more food, because we like food. Okay, so the Wedge has ammo, we have power, and we should have hydrogen. So what we get to do now is see if the few thrusters that I have on here are enough to leave gravity. Now we have a large hydrogen thruster in the back, along with 2 smaller ones, and then we have, I think, 5 small thrusters on the bottom. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I'm hoping that it will be, but we're gonna try this thing out. Okay, so batteries are at 31%, which is fine. We're only at 25% hydrogen, though. Water. Okay, so these things. Okay, so that one should be off. This one is the one that isn't connected to anything. So this is the one that's in the cabana, bar, whatever you want to call it. And then this is the one that's on the small grid ship. Okay, so what I want to do here is take a look at the hydrogen tank, which is going to be this one. And if it's filling, and it doesn't look like it is. So what is going on with the O2 generators? And I think that's, okay, so this one has its own generator, so it should be pulling in ice. But it's not. So what is going on with my ice situation? And I'm pretty sure I did connect that. Yes, it is connected. So is it not moving the ice? No, it moved all the ice. Okay, so then where did all the ice go? Where did all of the ice go? Okay, seriously. It didn't put any hydrogen into there. And I know I just came back with 55,000 ice. So where did it go? I mean, I'm not going crazy here, am I? Like, there was supposed to be like a ton of ice that I just brought back. And there's no way that it all got processed already. Like, the O2 generators that I have are not that fast. I think I'm gonna have to get more ice. I won't bore you with this ice run. I'm just gonna go and do it. So I will be right back. All right, so we are fully loaded again with even more ice, and we are quite heavy. I pulled just about as much as I possibly could, which means that the drill inventory is also full. So I think I have, let's see, 42, that's what gonna be 45, 48, 51, that's about 60,000. And 60,000 is a little harder to move. So I can still move upwards though, so that means that even fully, like all the way fully loaded, which is about 91,000 pounds, we're still good to go. So this thing was pretty well designed, if I do say so myself. Give myself a nice little pat on the back. And you know, it looks nice. I like it. Okay, so we'll drop this off again, and then hopefully we'll see what's going on with the tank. And then if it goes above 25%, then we know that we're actually processing all of the ice and we're not losing anything. But I think, what was that? It was like 19%. And then I got the first load of ice, and then it only went up to like 25%. So what, like a full load of ice, like 60,000 ice, is only good for 6% of hydrogen in a large tank? It doesn't make sense to me. Oops, a little hard. There we go. Lock ourselves in and put ourselves on recharge using another 13%, which is good. All right, that's not going to tell me what I have for ice. I could go in here and check the O2 generators. Okay, so they all pulled ice. They're all doing their thing. Okay. But seriously, if 60,000 ice isn't enough to fill up the tank in here, like a substantial amount, I mean, that's ridiculous. Okay, so we're at 26%. It's like ridiculous. I mean, we're filling up relatively fast, but it's so slow. And it's a tier 3 tank, so I think what we 2.1, so this can hold 21 million? Am I reading that right? And right now this has got over 5 million. I mean, that's a lot of hydrogen, right? At least I thought it was. I don't know. And then these ones are completely drained out because I put this one in there as drain all. And then these ones are probably also drained as well. Yeah. So all of my hydrogen is going into this thing. And we've got 6 million liters. So that's a decent amount. And then what can a normal tank hold, I wonder? What is it, like 1.5 or something? Or is that small grid? Does this not say? No, okay. So then if we compare, this can hold 17.2. Okay, so then this one is probably 15 million to fill that up all the way. And then this one is 17.2 and this one is 21. So this can hold another 6 million, which means we're probably going to need even more hydrogen, unfortunately. Yeah, all of that ice, and it was only good for, what, 5%? What are some things that I could do here? I could potentially drive this down to the hydro base and then just mine out of there, maybe. But I don't think I have a connector for this ship down there. I mean, I could try flying out of here with just 30% and see how far I make it. You know, just to like put something in the video for content. And who knows, maybe I'll actually make it out of here. Okay, so we saved. Everything is on. That's on. Those things are on. That's okay. So then connector 5, which is on the left side, which means that that graphic should also be on the left, not on the right. Let's see if I fall. Yep, I'm falling. That's not good. Okay. Lesson learned. We do not have enough thrust to escape gravity. Good to know. We locked ourselves down, so that's interesting. Took a little bit of damage. Okay. That is not good. So that means I'm gonna have to come up with a new ship. Yeah, so yeah. So this probably, oh no. So why are these things not even on? Sir? Okay, why aren't these on? Oh, I know why. I forgot to turn off stockpile. Yeah. Yeah, we've got enough. We have enough thrust. Okay. Oh my god. I forgot how agile this thing was. So we are running off of 1, 2, 3, 5 thrusters. Yeah. So I'm sure a lot of you are going to yell at me in the comments. It's like, oh, you're so stupid. Why didn't you think of that? It's like, yep, you're right. You're right. Yeah. But I mean, we are getting ourselves repaired, so I mean, that's good. But yeah, this thing is more than capable of flying in full gravity, so we are good to go there. And then also, does this thing not have the projector working? All right, hang on. I'm gonna get out of range of all these build and repair units. I don't know how far I'm gonna have to go for that, but probably like over here somewhere. That'll work. Okay. So I'm gonna set the projector up in here to project the image of the wedge, so that way I can repair what's been broken. And then we're gonna take these guys and not build new. And then we're gonna take the projector. There we go, wedge projector. Blueprints. Oh, I have to turn it on. Oh my god, that is not the right thing to build. Why do you have that in there stored? That is dumb. Okay. But yeah, that is one of my space stations. I think that is the Chapter 1 space station that I built. Or at least a part of it. Oh yeah, it's upside down. Okay. Yeah, so this is actually the top of it. And then everything else down there is below it. So I need to go find the projector again. And then find the wedge blueprints. Oh my god. Whole thing just moved. Okay. So now I need to figure out how to move this thing. Okay, so it needs to roll 180 degrees. Okay. Projector. And that's only if it's in there the correct way. Did that roll it the right way? That was not roll. That was tilting forward, like up and down. So, right. Okay, so yeah, so that was pitch, is what that was. Okay, and then we need to rotate around this way. Okay, so that is definitely not what we want. Projector. So if we take that off of there, then we are the correct way around. Okay. And now I need to work with the offsets. This would be easier if I could do this from farther away. Or if I had everything set up in here to do that. Increase horizontal offset. Now we're going to go decrease horizontal offset. And then we are going to increase horizontal offset. That is the wrong one. Okay, so we need to go with the third increase pitch. No. Okay, so decrease forward. No, increase forward offset. And then decrease forward offset. Okay, so if we do this, good. And then if we go to the second one, nope. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm looking at the wrong buttons here. Okay. And then these two. There we go. And that is everything that needs to be rebuilt. Okay. And all of that, and we only used 4% hydrogen. So I think we're pretty good there. And now we can get these parts, pieces and parts rebuilt. Hopefully, anyways. So I would have had to set that anyways, so I'm kind of glad that I did that now. Oops, nope. Get your nose back down. There you go. Okay, so now we need to go up a little bit. Probably up a little bit more. To about there. And then just move ourselves in. Maybe. No? You don't like it? What if I went down a little bit? How about that? Okay, now we're good. So we lock that in, and then that should kill all of the hydrogen use. I believe that worked. Okay, so can this thing fly in gravity? Yes, absolutely. And I might have to figure something out for hydrogen. But like I said, I could go down to the hydromine because we should have a bunch of stuff there, or if not, go to the base of the mountain base and fill up there as another alternative. But this thing has a lot of repairing to do, so we're just gonna, yeah, sit here and watch it, I guess. And then could we potentially get these build and repair units to help? And the answer is, of course. BNR is Wedge. Build new. And then all of these things, are they already set to build new? Yes, they are. Okay, good to go. No, stop. Turn around. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we are repairing, which is good. Get our decoys back, which is also good. Oh, wait. Projector. You should be set to keep the projection, right? Projection, keep projection, yes. Whew, that was close. Because otherwise, once it was finished, it would have just gotten rid of the projection, which is what I don't want. I wanted to keep it. Unless, of course, it finished by the time that I fixed it. Projector, wedge, keep projection. No, it still has the blueprint there. Okay, good to go. Another thing that was suggested is you go Shift F1 and then show all warnings, turn that off, and you don't get that warning. At least you're not supposed to get that warning. Shift F1. It's not supposed to. Oh, another thing that was requested was a mod list. So I can do that at the end of the video. So if you don't feel like watching me trying to take out a couple of, you know, pirate bases, just go to the end. You'll see the mods that I'm using. Okay, is this, I don't hear any more buildings, so I'm assuming that we're okay. And we're at 25% hydrogen. Is that a scary low amount? Maybe. Possibly. Should we try it anyways? And when we just sat there floated in like full gravity for like a couple minutes, and we only used like 5% hydrogen, so do we risk it? Do we not risk it? I mean, suppose the worst thing that could happen is this thing gets stranded up there, right? But then it's acting sort of like a base because it's got all the guns and everything. So, yeah. We will just... And then I could use the overrides here, but then I'd have to set them up, and that just takes time. Whereas this is, I don't know, maybe not as good, but good enough. And there's a game freeze. All right. And we are now at the top of that mountain, which I think might be the tallest mountain around here, actually. And we are still in full gravity. Actually, what would happen if I tilted up and just kind of went balls to the wall like this? Would we be a little better? I mean, that's kind of the way that this thing was designed to be, you know, used. And we're still more than capable of keeping ourselves up here. Ooh. I want to keep an eye on my meters per second, though. And, you know, honestly, it probably would be a good idea to set up the overrides because it is more efficient. I know that for a fact. So... But then I would have to pick a direction, group those things, find an empty bar, put the different things on the bar. So much work. And this thing isn't really actually using all that much in the way of hydrogen, so I'm not too worried about it. I mean, granted, using less hydrogen would always be better, but I mean, I think we're doing okay. And I might set it up in the next one because I don't need all of those projector things on there anymore. So like I could just go to, no, remove, hang on. Yeah, we're losing a little bit too much speed if I do that. Yeah, so we're kind of like already like on the move, so me. Now, one of the weaknesses of this Wedge is the glass at the front. These drones tend to aim for the cockpit, and that's directly behind just a single layer of glass, so it's very easy to break. All right, let's see if I can clear a few of these. Before I lose all of my speed. Okay. And I could just put the large thruster down there. That might actually be a better idea, because then I don't need to group anything. Okay, so let's go large thruster, large thruster. There we go. Increase thrust override, decrease thrust override. Okay, so now if we go 5. Okay, we're at 10%. And now we're picking up speed. Good. Good. And that's using just the large thruster. So because I don't have the dampeners on, nothing else is working at the moment, which is fine by me. And then this way we can sip our hydrogen even more sparingly. And we still have another 17 kilometers to go. Okay, let's drop it down again. And then we'll see if it wants to spawn another gunboat at me. And in this ship, I would rip up a gunboat. Like, it wouldn't even be a competition. And then another thing that I can do with this ship is I can grab the pirate bases and then bring them closer to where this edge of the gravity well location is, and then kind of merge them together and create like a sort of pseudo space station right there, and just kind of grind everything down, take everything over. Be fun times, right? Another thing that I have to do is set up, let's see, Gatling turrets. So all of these things. So it shows that I have 4. I thought I had more than that. Okay, I guess I just have 4. Right, so I did install a new mod, and this new mod allows me to set a lot of interesting things here. So if we turn on smart targeting, so this is the mod. It's not sure what the exact name of it is. And then this is, I'm supposed to be able to set those things. Okay, and we're getting very, very close to this. Okay, so let me go back into here. Turret. Oh, now it's actually pulling everything up. Okay, good. Smart targeting off, on. Okay. And then it's not letting me load. Can I not like set these things? Okay, so I think in this preset, it's not showing me all of the additional options here, which is what it's supposed to be doing. But I think this just, okay, yeah, and then we're gonna have to slow down pretty soon. Man, I'm scatterbrained today. Okay, so who is up first with the gunboats? I will destroy you. And then we should be exiting any second now. Okay, so we are at nothing here, and then, okay, now I'm going to slow ourselves down. All right, who is first? Okay, who's closest? 9.85, you're closest. You are first up. So I'm going to say hi to you, if that's all right. And then I do want to check turrets. Okay, why are you, do I need to do this like individually? I think I might need to do it individually. Okay, so we'll do this one. Does it show all the things? Okay, it shows all the things. All right. So we are looking at turrets, fixed weapons, warheads, and control blocks. I'm not sure I want to take these things out. Well, remote controls and cockpits, we do want to take those out because that'll kill everything. But all of this other stuff, like we might want to keep that. So we'll just kind of keep it there. All right, and then we're going to just kind of move ourselves forward a little bit. Okay, we'll turn the dampeners off, then drop that down so we have full control over the thrusters again. And then we're in for a little journey. So I'm going to pause until we get there, because we are running up on an hour, so I will be right back. All right, we have a little drone coming after us, and it just died. Okay, and then we're going to slow down here, so that way I can get a good look at this thing. So we need to look at the front of the ship, which is this way. And then, oh, there it is. Okay. So it's one of those, which is good. Those are actually pretty easy to take out. So I need to go at it from one side or the other side, not both sides, and not from anywhere around the equator of this thing, where that red line is, because then you're getting fire from all the guns versus just some of the guns. Okay, so let's hop out of there, and then we're gonna go down around on this side, And then we're going to try to keep out of range. Oh, and another thing, I have to go into that top turret, Wedge turrets, and make sure that all of them are using that preset. Okay. So let's hop down here a little bit more. All right, so at 1.36 kilometers, I'm gonna flip around. Oh, maybe I shouldn't flip around. I need those thrusters on the bottom, maybe. Okay. So another thing that I can do is come at it like this and hope that it goes for my decoys and not the cockpit. And then also, I need to make sure that the range on these turrets is maxed out. Then, yeah, wedge top turret. Let's look at this one individually. Range needs to be maxed. I don't know. Maybe it's going to force me to go within 600. Hang on. See, so if we go into here, turn off the smart targeting, that enables all of these things. Then if we increase that out to the max, and then we turn this back on, does it still keep the max? Yes. Okay. So we need to get to 825. And then these things will start taking out those guns. Okay. And then it should hopefully just be taking out. Okay, so it's shooting through the ship to find the other ones. So we don't want it to do that. So what we're going to do, do I have a, yeah, so we're going to turn those off now. Because the ship is basically disabled from this side. So I can come in here, do what I need to do. And then, let me see, I need to take the build and repair units now. Because this is a process, and I have gotten very good at this process. We are going to grind to hack only. Where is it? There we go, grind to hack only. And then we'll rebuild at that point, and then that will basically enable us to take over this entire thing without actually having to do too much damage to anything, which is what we want. So now we're going to rotate ourselves around and lock ourselves down. And then I'm going to see if I can put my boot on the back of this thing. Let me see. Oh, hey, there's a drone. And this is still trying to shoot through the ship. Okay, so I think, is that just doing its thing, I guess? Okay. Move forward a little bit, drop down. Okay, and we are locked on. And this thing is marked as a station, so it's not going to move. All right, and we have successfully taken over this ship. And it is grinding everything down to hack. At least it's supposed to be grinding everything down to hack. I don't know what it's doing with those other turrets, though. And then I suppose I can go out and fly around a little bit, see what I can see. Alright, so especially I want to look at where this little guy is. Hopefully he doesn't have any guns on it. Okay, good. So let me, ooh, hey, it has a reactor. And apparently there is gravity on there. Interesting. Okay, sir, I would like to take over your little reactor here and whatever iron you may have. Or not iron, but uranium. What do you got? 0.6? I'll take it. That's fine. Alright, so then we will just kind of break everything down. This would be faster if I had my tier 3 drill thing, but you know, whatever. Okay, so that's doing its thing. I'm going to grind this thing down so it is no longer broadcasting a pirate signal, but rather my own signal. Okay, and then we can take a look at anything that we may have in here. Actually, let's drop it down a little bit more. There we go. What do you got in here? Holy shit, that is a lot. Wow, okay. Yeah, this is why you don't shoot up ships if you don't have to. It's got 40 uranium, nice. It does have 2 interior turrets, which is not good. Alright, so this guy, can I do anything with this guy? Wait, these are tier 3 guns? Oh shit, dude. Okay. Alright, so I am worried about the guns that are in there. I wonder if I can talk to my build and repair units and have them prioritize grinding down the guns. Let me see, I need group BNRs, wedge BNRs, there we go. Is there any way to prioritize? Okay, so this is grinding. There is. Okay. Controllable gun, that needs to move all the way up to the top. And then auto repair system, so it'll go after build and repair units next. Yeah. And then we have that raiding station over there as well that we can take out. Alright, so now we're going to take a look in here and see... Yeah, it's already taken down a lot of stuff. So all of the interior turrets are now down. Nearly all of the iron thrusters are down. The antenna I already took out, passenger seats. So it should be safe to go in here. Everything is pretty much down, which is nice. And it has cryo chambers, nice. And then is it repairing? And I think it's repairing. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, so yeah. This is how you this is how you take over a pirate station. How are you doing, guns? Are you out? Is the other one out? The other one is out. Okay, good to go. So it took out everything here. What is this? A beacon? Okay, that's fine. And the best thing about grinding things down... Oh, nice. So it looks like there's a lot of action going on in there. When you're grinding things down using the build and repair units, you're not actually losing pieces. Unless it's like a battery, and in which case, you know. You will lose the power cells on a battery, but for everything else, I mean, you don't actually lose anything. So with this, I will have a fully functioning and defendable pirate base sitting up at the top of my gravity well. which is going to be amazing. And this thing is actually pretty heavily armored, which is good. And it does look like we need some metal grids, which is fine. The only bad thing, though, is any gases that you might have had in there, you will lose those because when you hack a tank, you do break it, which means that anything that was in the tank is now gone. So that's the only bad thing about that. But I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, can we do anything with that? No. Can we do anything with this? But I mean, I think this one was set on ion thrusters anyways, so I should be able to move this thing, honestly. So if I go in here and I either turn off the thrusters or I turn off my dampeners, then I should be able to just fly with this thing. So we'll turn off the dampeners, and then I'm going to see if I can... Oh, but then again, the batteries... Well, no, because I think there was power cells in there, right? So depending on if I can connect or build a build and repair unit on here to repair itself, could be an option. Okay, so where are the doors in this thing? Okay, so here's a door. And then interior turret right there. What is this? That's a vent. So this is like a depressurization chamber. And it looks like it is currently rebuilding everything. There's a second interior turret in case you're looking at something like this. And there's another turret over there. I believe there's... I thought there was one over here. Yeah, so there's one over here too. What is this? Really? That's a cryo chamber? Is it just upside down? Ah, okay. Interesting. Block is not powered. Okay. So this thing needs to be repaired. That took some damage. Not so great. Gravity generator. Interesting. Not too worried about that. That has tier 3 motors. I need regular motors. Okay, is there anything that I don't need here? So we have a conveyor junction. What is this? O2H2 generator. We probably want to keep that. This is... What is this? No station fuel? That's a new message. I don't think I've heard that one before. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. Maybe like a screen? Like that's supposed to be a couch and that's supposed to be a screen? I don't know. What do we have in here? So we have lots of pieces and parts of things. So about 20,000 steel plates. Holy crap. This is ridiculous. Okay, so I need to find the large cargo container 2, which I believe is that. And then grab a bunch of the motors out of there. So we'll put all of this stuff in there. Lots of scrap. Okay, so... No, that's large cargo container 1, so that's not the one that I need. Large cargo container 2 is this one. Okay. Now, I'm going to build a build and repair unit in here. And I'm going to stick it... What is this? Okay, so that's being used up. So I kind of need to put it on here. So I suppose I can put it back here and just get rid of this block. Okay. So now we need to do a build and repair unit. Put it in the build planner, throw it on here. Grab all the pieces and parts, or at least some of them. And then also make sure that this thing is the right way around. Okay. And then, let me see, grab all of the other pieces and parts out of here. There we go. And then turn this guy on. Throw it in fly mode. Yeah. Grind if all gets stuck. Good to go. All right. So that will take the parts that are already on the ship and repair the ship with its own parts, which is freaking amazing. And then we have assemblers, tier 2 assemblers, a tier 3 assembler, a bunch of batteries, reactors, interesting. So this thing has like everything that you could possibly need. Medbay, nice. I don't know if it has medical components though, so I might not be able to make those. But I mean, like this is good to go. The only thing that I need to do now is convert this into a ship so I can move it. So we'll go into here. Raiding Station Scourge. So we will convert this to a ship. Hopefully nothing breaks. Good to go. Okay, so now it is free floating. All right, so now we'll go into the Wedge and we will tow it where we want it, which is nice. Okay, so where do we want to go? We want to go wherever the gravity well is. Oh, there it is. Passed it up. It's over this way. Okay, and now just need to adjust very, very slightly. And congratulations, everyone. We have successfully taken over with minimal damage a complete pirate station. And now we're going to use it for our own nefarious goals. Because why not? All right. Okay, so we're going to move forward. It's going to take a little while. So once we get a little closer to where I want this thing roughly, I'm going to park it, put it back into station mode, and just have it sit there and defend, which is going to be amazing. All right, so I'm going to pause until I get there, so I will be right back. And we are way over an hour, but this is exciting, so yeah. All right, so the build and repair unit managed to fix either the batteries or the reactors. So all of the ion thrusters decided to go on, and because I didn't turn off the dampeners on the pirate ship, it's basically just slowing everything down. But that's fine. I can use just the ion thrusters on the ship, maybe, to move this thing into place. So I'm going to try that. We'll see how that goes. So this guy's just perched on top, just kind of acting as backup. So we will go into here. And then I want to see if one of the cockpits is up and running. Okay, so we have seats, but we don't have a cockpit. So I think that's up over this way. No, the other way. No? Where do you control this thing? Oh, hey, check it out, medbay. Nice. Oh, and there's still stuff on here. Really? What do we have here? Programmable block? What does that thing got? Rating station. Oh, hey. Pirate TV. Check that out. That's cool. Cargo wow, tier 6 thruster components? Jeez, man. So how do you pilot this thing? Or do you not pilot this thing? I mean, I'm pretty sure you don't do it. Yeah, no, I can't do it from here. So I need to find a control station or something. What do we have? Air vent, cabin, station, airlock, etc., etc. Build and repair system that I put in there. Interior thrusters, medical room. Does this not have? It doesn't. Well, that's weird. Okay. Where is this block? That's on the inside of, so that's using up that spot there. So we don't really want to put something on there. I mean, this is cool. Like, no matter how you look at it, this is pretty cool. And we are fully... Really? Why would you... Okay. I do not need this area to be pressurized, sir. And we have all the interior turrets here that are on, but they're all mine, so they're not going to shoot at me, which is amazing. Okay. So what I need to do here, then, is build a cockpit in here somewhere. So I'm pretty sure I've got all the blocks that I need for that. I need cockpit blocks, and we're going to put in this guy because we can. And then we're also going to put that in the build planner, pull out all the parts for it. Okay. And now we need to figure out which way we want to drive this thing with. And I think this way. Can we not? Oh, that's a full block and those are half blocks. I gotcha. Okay, so we can't put that there. So we do kind of have to go into here and put it kind of up on here. And if I do it like that. Nice. Okay. So now I can turn my dampeners on, off as needed. And then, let me see, where do we need to go? Ship fuel low. Apparently I can only stay here for 8 minutes. That doesn't seem right. Okay, so let's just turn the dampeners off. And it says that I have enough power for 12 minutes. That's not very good. What do we have? Okay, so we have that. Are you not on? You're on. You're putting out... You're not putting out anything. And then what are you doing? Oh, you're set on discharge. Well, put yourself on charge, dude. Battery? That's the only battery for this entire thing? Are you kidding me? That is ridiculous. Okay, well, whatever. So with the uranium there, I mean, I think we should be fine. We need to go that way. And I think I am facing a decent direction here. So let me move this thing here. And then we'll turn off the dampeners, and then we'll get ourselves moving. And we are moving extremely slowly. Or it was just frozen. It might have just been frozen. Okay, so yeah, we have ourselves a pirate ship, or a pirate station, completely 100% intact. I mean, granted, it took a little bit of damage when I took it over, but I mean, it's here. It's ours. I'm cool with this. Plus, we have all the guns here. We have plenty of ammo for it. So this is gonna work very, very well towards defending our planetary exit, I guess, which is right where that thing is right up there. It says Earth-like edge of gravity well. But yeah, so I think this worked out very, very well. So you've seen the Wedge in action. This is what the Wedge was designed for. That's why it's got all the fancy parts on there. One thing I do want to check, though, is... Whoops, no, turn the dampeners off. There we go. So now we're just going to float. Does this have ice? Does not. Okay. What do we have for hydrogen, though? And then do I want to leave the seat, or is that going to throw me away? That could throw me away. What is the med bay called here? Medical room 1. Okay, so we're going to call this med bay pirated station. And then I'm calling this pirated station 1 because we're going to have another pirated station. And that's going to be the one that's over there to the right. So we're going to take that one just like we took this one. We're going to move it over to where we want it to be, just like this one. And yeah. But yeah, so all that's left here is just to kind of station this thing where I'm going to put it and then turn it into a station. And we're good. And that does have a connector on the bottom there, but can I reach it? No. And it's not on. Oh, that's just for power anyways. Okay. Okay. And I'm not going to be able to connect to that one either, so I might have to do something a little interesting to make like a nice little connector on here, but yeah, there we go. We got a station. Voila. Fun times. Oh, we need to slow down there, bud. We're getting really, really close. And I don't want to put it directly over this area. Like, I want to be at least a little bit farther off. And then I'll probably use the wedge to get it kind of where I want. And it's still, we are getting really, really close to it. And then how far above it are we? Quite a bit farther above it. Okay, so it looks like we might actually overtake it a little bit, which I think I would actually be fine with. So can we slow down any faster? So I think getting about 500 meters away, 300 meters might actually be good too. So let me just drop it back a little bit. So yeah, I think 300 meters should give us enough clearance to kind of shoot through there as needed. All right, and then we will drop down. Oh, and I'm probably gonna have to, yeah. Okay, so if we're looking at it like this, we're gonna have to, oh wait, no, I have to look forward. Okay, so, nope, this way is forward. All right, so we need to go, which way is forward? This way is forward, right? Yeah. So we'll go kind of like this, get the planet roughly centered on the bottom of the screen. Okay. And then maybe adjust ourselves. Is that the wrong way? I don't know. I mean, right here should be good, right? So we'll call this good. And then I'm going to do some minor adjustments. Okay, so we'll turn the dampeners off. Right now we're floating free. Is this the only way out of here? This is the only way out of here. Airlock doors inner, airlock doors outer. Okay. There we go. Good to go. Whoops. Hit my head on the antenna. Okay. So because this one has a bit more powerful thrusters, I'm going to use this for the final sort of arrangement, I guess, of this thing. And let me see. If we're looking at this like this, then we're going to have to like flip it this way a little bit. Iron barge tier 3. And then flip it this way. This is also assuming that I'm latched on here completely straight, which could also not be the case. All right. And then how far are we from that? Okay. So let's drop it down a little bit. I'm going to put this kind of right on the edge of the gravity well. And the reason for that is because if any drones do come after this thing and shoot past it, they're going to end up in gravity, which means that they're going to get stuck. And then another thing that I could potentially do is put this in partial gravity and then turn it into a station that way. That might actually be a good idea. That way at least I'll know how to level this thing completely, which I think might actually be a good idea. So we should be entering planetary gravity soon. There we go. Okay, so we'll hold this there. Okay, and I think we're slowing down. Good. Oh. I think we're still trying to fall. Okay, so let's get just outside of gravity then. Because this thing does have to be, I think, absolutely still in order for me to turn it into a station. And it's pulling me back down. Okay, so then the ship is still in gravity, or the station, I should say. Okay, so that should bring us to where we need to be. All right, so I need to get my other boot. This is front boot. I need the rear boot. Rear boot. Switch lock. Good to go. Okay, so I don't believe that we are moving. Good. Okay. So we're gonna let go. Oops. And then we're gonna hop down there and then see if we can get this thing to lock into a station. Hopefully it'll work. We will find out. Is that this way? Yes, okay. And then I left the doors open for myself, thank you. And then we'll go straight into here. Okay, so we are at absolute 0 movement, which is what we want. Okay, so we will turn the dampeners on just because. Go into here, info, convert to station. All right, so now we are locked in place and we are good to go. So, there you go. That is how you take over a pirate station. And then I suppose I can close the doors. That's just the outer door. Outer door, inner door, fancy. And then we might as well close those as long as I'm here. All right. So yeah, that's what I got for this episode anyways. In the next episode, we will go after the other station and take that one too. But for now, we have a station that can defend us instead of, sending things after us. So I'm actually pretty happy about that. We still have 19% hydrogen, which is amazing. So we should be able to go and grab that other station and then bring it back as well. And yeah, it'll be interesting. So I think that's probably going to be coming tomorrow. So you guys will have something to look forward to, hopefully anyways. And another thing that I have to do is see if my ship, my little ship, is around here anywhere. And honestly, I don't think it is. I think it probably got trapped in gravity, or it got blown up by another drone or something. Or maybe it's just kind of floating off into foreverness. That could be 2. So we might have lost all of that platinum that I got, which kind of sucks. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, we were around here somewhere, and then so if they sent another drone after that to just kind of finish checking it out, I mean, we wouldn't have seen it. It would have been too far away from the planet. So I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. And yeah. So there's the episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you did, hope you'll join me for the next one. Have a good one.